you now. It's Anthony with A&A. And I'm going to give you guys another cop story. It's 2003, summertime. By this time, I'm a full, real deal police officer. I done got through with all my training. I get assigned my shift, which is the 2 to 10 shift, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., second shift. I get a call about 9:15, somewhere around there. I get a call, a domestic violence call. The dispatcher, instead of her giving the phonetic alphabet of the apartment, as in Alpha, Bravo, Delta, she just says B202. Well, she really said D, but I mistook it for B. But had she just said Alpha, Bravo, Delta, like that, I wouldn't have got it confused. But anyway, so we get to the apartment complex, get to the building, nobody's there. I'm kind of relieved because I don't have to answer this call, which means, domestic violence call is going to end up in an arrest about 80-90% of the time. And if I do an arrest at 9:15, I'm not going to get home till 11, sometimes 12 o'clock, depending on what happens. So I'm about to leave. By this time, my backup pulls up. I'm telling my backup that no one's there. He's saying, "Oh, cool, let's go." So as I'm walking to my car, I can hear the security guard screaming, motioning us over. So I look over there, and he's like, "Oh, it's over here." I'm like, "Oh man, we gotta answer this call now." So we get there. It's actually in building D instead of building B. So I get on the radio and I said, "Dispatch is going to be Delta 202, just so all the other officers can know, just in case something jumps off." She's like 10-4. So as we walking up, we can hear some arguing going on. And as we get to the door, we have the security guard talking through the door to the suspect. He's trying to get the suspect to come out, and the suspect knows that the police is there. He's like, "You leave them out there where they're at." And security guard is lying to the suspect and telling him that, "Hey, the police is not here. Just come out. We just need to talk to you." So the guy finally comes out. When he opens the door, my partner, he steps in the door and had his foot so the guy couldn't slam the door, because once the guy saw it was the police, he motioned like he was going to slam the door, and when he pushed the door forward, of course, it bumps off my partner, and it opens up. So he walks on in, and as he walks in, bow! Suspect hits him right in the face. I'm like, whoa! Now, I've been a police officer maybe 8-9 months at this point. I've never seen anyone get hit in the face. Never seen an officer get hit in the face by a police. I've never seen a suspect hit an officer. I was like, whoa. So I didn't think my partner was taken off guard, because my partner graduated the academy with me, and I don't think he ever thought that would ever happen. So, he's caught by surprise, plus the punch really shook his legs up. So he's wobbling and stumbling over to the side. So at this point, I just go into full attack mode. So I just start punching, bow, bow, punching over my partner and hitting the suspect. Now, I'm hitting this suspect, and it just feel like I'm hitting a brick wall. He was solid. This guy stood about 6'3", 6'4", maybe 250, give or take a few pounds. So I'm like, man, so I'm hitting him, and I'm realizing these punches not really doing anything to him. So let me hurry up and get him down to the ground, because I do my best work on the ground. So I try to trip him up and get him down to the ground, try to do a takedown. He wasn't going. I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to fight this guy. So by this time, my partner, he gets his bearings together, and once he gets his bearings together, I'm still trying to take him down. At one point, I'm on his back, and he's running with me on his back, and he's heading towards a patio door. which leads out to the patio, and we was on the second floor. So it looked like he was going to go through the glass. I let him go, but he didn't go through the glass. So by this time, my partner started fighting with him. He picks my partner up and slams him. Boom! Like some WWE stuff. I'm like, whoa. So I'm thinking to myself, man, we might have to shoot this guy. So at this point now, I run back up and I try to take him down again. It didn't work. I start hitting him. It didn't work. He's eating everything I had. And at one point, he tired down, so I was able to get him up against the wall. I had him pinned up to the wall, and I had some leverage on him to where he couldn't really move. And my partner has his ass baton. He pulled his ass baton out, and he started whacking him. Wow. I mean, he's hitting him all over. And at this point, I'm moving back so he wouldn't hit me with the ass baton because he was just wild. At this point, we were using no police tactics. It was just an all-out brawl. And so, he's eating the licks with the baton. My partner just got so frustrated, he threw the baton down. Started back hitting the guy. We still hitting the guy. Nothing would happen. By this time, backup gets there. Another officer gets there, which is a female. And she also graduated the academy with us. I didn't think about that till now. But she graduated the academy with us. And she always walked around like she was just really, really tough. She was about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", maybe 230, 240. She was a big girl. And, she's screaming, put the handcuffs on him, put the handcuffs on him. You could tell that she was afraid. So I'm thinking to myself, what the hell you think we trying to do? Like, if you would come over here and put some of this weight on him, we could get him down. But she did never move. She stayed in the door and she just shined the flashlight on us. And so by this point, I'm on the radio yelling, send us some backup, send us some backup, building, large apartments, building D202, send us some backup. I'm steady, as we fight, I'm steady, yelling for backup. She gets on the radio and she says, everything is fine. I'm like, what? And she's, and every time I would say, send some backup, she would get back on the radio and say, everything is fine. So I know that was confusing for the officers that was en route. But, we was in one of the worst precincts as far as crime in the city. So, once you call for backup, they coming. And, but we wasn't far from the precinct. We was less than a mile from the precinct. And we had a supervisor that was in the office that heard the call, and he would get up. And when he would hear her say, it's okay, he would sit back down and get up and sit back down. And eventually he just said, let me just go and see what's going on. But anyway, so during all that, and her being scared, I'm still tussling and we still fighting, and I look down and I see a gun on the ground. So I'm like, oh my God, where did the gun come from? So I look at my sidearm, it's still there. I look at my partner's sidearm, he has his. I'm like, where did this gun come from? The suspect yelling, it's not mine, it's not mine. I ain't got no gun, I ain't got no gun. So then it dawned on me, that's my gun, that's my backup weapon. And at that time, I used to wear my backup weapon in my vest. And the vest had these Velcro straps where I would stick my gun in it. And earlier that day, for lunch, I ate a healthy meal and I was full. So I loosened up the straps to let my stomach out. And I forgot to zip it back up. So during all that fighting and tussling, the gun must have came out, but I never felt it or saw it come out. So by this time, the security guard runs up and he gets the gun and says, don't worry about the gun, I got the gun. So by this time, I caught him with a knee in the stomach, boom, and I hear him go, ugh. That's when I knew I had him. So, but before that happened, me and my partner, we was looking at each other. While we was fighting, this is like right after he was hitting him with the baton, we looked at each other and we gave each other, you know how you can look at somebody and y'all can talk through y'all eyes, but y'all don't say a word, but both of y'all understand what the communication is. And we said to ourselves without saying anything, what we gonna do? But when I kneed him in the stomach, my partner was so happy and so relieved. He just looked at me and say, "Hit him again." So I kneed him in the stomach again. That knocked all the wind out of him. That put him down. We put the handcuffs on. We was all sore. My partner's mouth was bleeding. But the funny thing about it is that he was never able to hit me. He swung at me a couple times, but he missed. He wasn't able to hit me, but he hit my partner one good time. But man, we was in a dark room, like I said. And once we got outside, we could see the injuries that we had. Man, we beat this guy to hell. But everybody was like, this guy must be drunk or he must be on drugs and everything. But we talked to the guy at the hospital. You know, we had to take him to the hospital before we took him to jail. So we talked to this guy at the hospital, and he didn't seem drunk and he didn't seem high. I mean, I guess he was just a strong guy. But we made out that situation alive and live to fight another day. But that's pretty much what I got for you guys today, man. I'll be bringing more of these cop stories. I see you guys in the future.